Heyo, and welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to read something that I wrote a couple of years ago because I just feel like it's a very interesting thought. I don't really remember what made me think about this again, but I just remember like I've had this perspective, especially about becoming an adult, that it just seemed really boring and like I would lose the wonder, the beauty of my relationship with God once I got older, and my brain would be consumed with taxes and paying the bills and trying to take care of my 17,000 children who were screaming all the time. And I just did not want to grow up because of that. And I have just had this fear for years of being trapped in the mundane things, a fear of being stuck in that mindset without even realizing it and growing like content and apathetic in that. That's terrifying to me. From being afraid that that's where I would end up, I became afraid of even just the mundane things and didn't like doing this because I was like, I don't want to feel like my life is boring and going to become just full of these daily tasks. I want it to be interesting. I want things to be happening to me. I want to be going places and doing things that are important, not just spending my entire life doing the same chores every single day. And so it's been an interesting journey of seeing how the sacred and the secular intermingle. There's a really good book series. It's a bunch of liturgies and the books are called Every Moment Holy and there's like different volumes. But it's about like prayers for the everyday moments, and those have been really interesting because it has shown me like the beauty in literally everyday moments, and in those moments turned my eyes back to Jesus, but shown me that every single piece of my life can be so completely infiltrated by the spiritual, and every single moment is a chance to intimately connect with Jesus. So that's kind of what this little short piece is, but I just wanted to read it because I reread it again recently. I was like, oh, it's really good. Sometimes I think you're as unreachable as the stars, my love. You move in a world I could never be a part of. You wreck me with wonder at your beauty, but when the moment is gone, I remember the ground I stand on and the way gravity pulls at these feet of dust. For fleeting breaths, I imagine I understand your glory, and then the worlds shift, and space is thrown violently between us, and time clutches my hand with an inescapable grip as reality presses in again. It's like the last words of a beautiful story, and I believed in fairy tales and greater loves until suddenly it's over, and I'm just in my room lost, with the mundane pressing in on every side and wounding my heart. Sometimes with you, I think everything will be different now. Like somehow you finally changed my heart to love you. Like this moment could last forever. Until the daily grind wears down my hope to see the dust still clinging to my feet. I thought things had gotten better, that I finally understood your love. But I quickly find that I'm still living in the not yet. I thought we could stay here forever, but time dragged me away again. I know in these moments that you belong to me, but my certainty always drifts away with my wandering heart. When my heart beats with celestial revelation, when the stars seem to have drawn closer, when my words have moved mountains, when your song thunders in my ears, when I pin down a chapter of my story in the scrawling chaos of your archives, I know that you love me. These are powerfully momentous moments, born of the boundless love of the unimaginably deep heart of a God who fills heaven and earth. These moments fit with your grandeur. They belong to you. But the smaller moments of the everyday belong to the finite creatures of dust. Beauty beyond comprehension could not work his way into these shattered strivings. You have no place here in the scattered chaos of life. You break the borders of time and space, but always their hold returns. You are the North Star brilliant above me, but I have to set my gaze on my dusty feet again, or I will trip and fall. You are a love I did not expect. When you hide yourself in all these ordinary moments, I do not find them miraculous, because I have forgotten to look. You are a God who completely fills heaven and earth, intimately intertwined with these doings of dust. Your heart beats in every moment. Why do I forget to hear? You are gone in my mind from this realm of the ordinary, only because I have shut you out. And yet who would expect the extraordinary instead? Is this why infinite love wrapped himself in a body of dust to wash the dirt from my feet? Is this why you drew a few breaths alongside me and said that you are living water and my daily bread? When the king walked among peasants, is it any wonder that he went unrecognized? Did you bind your life to space and time to show me that you walk with me here? Do you lie with me under the stars to prove you do not hide away among them? Did you shape wood with your hands, that even in my labor I might know that I am seen? You have made sacred these moments of everyday life, these rhythms of time. You have danced with me. You loved a creature of dust, and the worlds will never be the same. If you are found by those who seek you, then let me remember to seek you in these crude imitations of life to the full. If you walked these moments, I know I will never be alone. The bright morning star fell to earth and found me. Don't let me walk blind. These tiny, insignificant moments hold the boundless heart of God. Vast beyond comprehension, you infiltrate every point of my existence. You are too huge to not be pressed so close. I can feel your heartbeat against mine when I'm still, when I close my eyes so they don't deceive me. Every breath of mine belongs to you, my love who named the stars. Through all the wild wanderings of time and space, you sit with me. And I just want to carry that perspective that as much as I feel like God is close or closest in those moments that do feel big and powerful, and that it doesn't make sense that he could enter into and make sacred the random moments of everyday life, that he is a God who fills heaven and earth, and he is everywhere in everything. He walked on earth, he lived this life, and I find so much comfort in that like Jesus, who was God, was intimately connected to the Father, had that unity with him, came to bring that unity to us, to teach us what that looks like and to draw us into that he lived a life on earth and walked through everyday moments. He spent 30 years doing everyday things before he started his ministry, and even with his ministry, his life was still full of everyday things like eating and walking for miles and miles in between these different towns where he did his miracles. He lived these ordinary moments, and that gives me courage to live them too. I don't know how many people are like me and dislike the ordinary things about life, and maybe you're a little bit afraid of them or being trapped in them, but I just really appreciated that reminder to myself, and I thought maybe someone else will appreciate it too, that God is so close in all the doings of all of our lives, and we might feel him the most, or it seems like he belongs in these big, grand, heart-moving, heart-wrenching moments, but really he's right here in the everyday as well. He walks with us. He is Emmanuel, God with us. Thank you for watching, and goodbye until more interesting things happen.